like I said, I think I know who it is. God, what if he's a murderer?
Still, she's like, all right, I'm ready to start working.
It grossed me out and I couldn't even finish it. It's the same to me as if I were drinking this and I slurped up a piece of chicken. It just doesn't belong.
Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else.
Good morning. It is Monday morning. Woke up, did my coffee, did my little morning routine, my workout, just showered, and I'm gonna get started with my day. I thought in today's vlog we could just kind of, you know, do a little like what I'm doing during the day, how I'm working, what I normally do, just pretty casual, doing stuff vlog. I rearranged my my stuff and I did it by color coding, which is very pleasing to the eye, but now I like can't find anything. Today I don't really have a super full schedule. It's more so just like, I mean, Monday usually is pretty chill. Monday's usually like day of admin stuff, emails, just kind of like shooting some things, partnered content I need to shoot. I usually get that done on Monday so I can get that to the brand, they can get it approved. This morning, okay, that's why I couldn't find it, because this is green and it's in the pink section. I think probably Ryan did that. I'm partnering up with a makeup brush brand that I've been using for the last couple of months. And so I need to shoot some Instagram content for them this morning. What I normally do is I kind of get set up and then every brand will send over like a brief that looks like this. And it's pretty much just, you know, all about the product that you're using, you know, some key talking points. They'll put things on the brief that they want you to talk about. They give you the do's and don'ts, like don't call the brush like bristles, you know, call them fibers, because bristles kind of lead to like that it's like an animal product. So it's just stuff like that. Brands are so good with giving you a brief and kind of letting you just run with it and like letting you just kind of speak in your own words. That's kind of what I look for in a partnership. I wasn't planning on like getting into that, but this is like good to know. This morning, for my morning routine, I have the same things that I like to do in the morning, but the order that I get to do them really depends on Stella and her needs, because sometimes she wants to eat first, sometimes she wants to go outside first, so I really have to like cater my routine around her. I have a double bun right now. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like I put my hair halfway up and then I decided to put it fully up so I don't like, I don't know what's going on back there. I'm gonna go really quick so I can shoot this for this brand, and then I will get back to you in a little bit. All right, I actually ended up doing my full makeup on stories. Actually, they're just on my camera roll, so I have to go through and edit it now, which I always do to myself. I'm like, I should just do it in stories so I don't have to go back and edit it, but then I just don't. Yep, I just did like a light foundation, a little bit of blush, a little pink eyeshadow, and I wasn't gonna do an eyeliner, but I just went ahead and did it. I don't even remember doing it, but I did it. I guess I can share the code with you guys too. This was just for Instagram, but I'll go ahead and share it with you. It's the Artis makeup brushes. They're like actually amazing. I've been using them for like a month now. They're awesome, super easy to use. The code is Ashbrook30, and I'll put the link, my Instagram, the link that I did for my swipe up, I'll put it in the description box if you guys are looking for new makeup brushes. I started using a new foundation. I'm using the Dior Backstage Face and Body, and I really like it. I think it gives great coverage, and it literally feels like it's a part of your skin. Like I don't feel like I have any foundation on. You know, I've used my Dermablend now for probably 5 years, and this is a little bit more creamy and moisturizing, and this almost like you have to hurry up and put like your concealer on, because it's almost like this dries and like it won't blend. It's not drying, but it literally melts into your skin. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know if that's even helpful, but I love it. Like, it's not a problem. It's just weird how that happens. Oh, now I need to fix my hair. I let it air dry last night, which I've just been blow drying it a lot recently, and I just need to give it a break. I don't know, maybe I need to do like an overnight mask or something, or just stop putting so much heat on it. I just fixed my hair and I didn't mean for it to get so big today. I don't know what happened, but anyways. 9:20. I normally wake up around 6. I used to wake up at 5 so I could get to the gym on time and be home and like ready to go by like 8. But normally my body wakes itself up at like 6:30. On the weekends too. Ryan can sleep in on the weekends until like 11, and I'm usually up at 6, so I'm just like by myself for the longest time, which is nice. Like sometimes I like that alone time to like read or watch Schitt's Creek or something, but then sometimes I'm like, la la la, hurry up, wake up. So now what I usually do after I get ready is make my breakfast and then sit down and go over what I need to do for the day, check my inbox, emails, and all of that. Okay, let's go.
You come back and say I'm sorry, boo.
All right, so while my breakfast cooks, I'm gonna set up my work spot, and I either like to work one of two places. I either work back here on the island, like I'll set up all of my stuff right here. I usually don't ever work at the kitchen table because that's where Ryan works, and we work best when we're separated, because then we don't show each other memes all day, like get off topic, and it's just easier when we're like not in the same vicinity. Am I right?
You're right.
Mostly I like to work on the floor right here. I know like some of you think I'm nuts, but I'll put a blanket down, a pillow right here, I'll sit on a pillow, and then put all my stuff here, and then I'll make Stella a bed beside me because she loves coming to lay with me when I sit here. Sometimes my legs start like hurting, but it actually feels the best on my back when I'm sitting on the floor. But sometimes my legs start getting cramped, so then I'll just like pop up here for a second so I can spread my legs out, like straighten them, and then I'll get right back on the floor. So this is just the best place for me to work. This is where I'm most comfortable, I'm most productive. We all have that one spot where we like love sitting, and this is mine. But I'm gonna go finish up. Oh shit. I'm gonna go finish up my breakfast. I'm on my cruddy tripod. All right, I'm gonna go finish up my breakfast. It's cooking right now, and then I'm gonna show you what I like to put here. It's a like whole process. So I grabbed these 2 pillows from the bedroom. So I'll put one for my back, one for my butt. I put this here, and sometimes I'll get my heating pad and plug it in. I've got an outlet under the couch, so I'll plug my heating pad in and just have it on my back. It feels so good. Then I'll get Stella's bed, and I put her bed beside my pillows, and then I put a comfy little blanket for her. So this is what it looks like so far. My spot, Stella's spot. Stells, she's like, all right, I'm ready to start working. All right, I just set up my little area. So I usually light a candle. My favorite is this one from Aveda. It's like an aromatherapy candle, so it's really nice. These volcano candles are sometimes a little bit too strong to put like in my work area. I like to keep a zen vibe, so I normally light that one, but I don't want to waste it because it's like one of my favorite Zen candles. I don't know, it just like, it gives good energy. I can't explain it. So then I always have my water, a full glass of water, a loopy bar for a little snack. That way I don't have to get up and go to the kitchen, my laptop, my book that I'm reading, glasses, and AirPods. And normally we'll also have a coffee, but it's still kind of early and I just had my first coffee. I like to let that sit for a few hours before I load myself up with more caffeine. I get like jittery and I don't know. I'm not one of those people that can just drink coffee all day. I have to have one at a certain time and then I have to have my next one at a certain time also. Say hi. Are you a big girl? I know. Say hi to your friends. Say hi to your friends. Okay. I am going to sit here. Oh, no. Oh, she just breathed on my glasses. Stop. So I have a few things to do. Actually, like, I have a lot to do today. I've got to edit the clips that I just filmed. And I have to just knock some things off my to-do list, like some important emails that are kind of urgent that I need to do now. But after I do that, I will come back and show you kind of like what my to-do list looks like, how I like to organize it, and just things that I like to get knocked out during the day.
Why do I make things complicated? Why do I lose all my control?
All right. I'm gonna run down because I think a package just came for me. Is this recording? I'm in the process of putting together my bridesmaid boxes. My like, will you be my bridesmaid boxes? And I'm just waiting on like 3 more things. And so hopefully they're downstairs. I think everything is supposed to get here like early this week. I need to get those out ASAP. I accidentally spilled the beans to one of my best friends, Taylor. I mean, I just assumed she knew she would be a bridesmaid, but I was like, Taylor, I need to find like bridesmaids dresses for you guys. And she was like, what? I'm a bridesmaid? I was like, wait, I just thought you knew. She was like, how am I supposed to know? Some people don't even have bridesmaids. And I was like, oh my God, I just ruined the freaking surprise. Oh my God. I got all the way down here and realized that I forgot my mailbox key. So, really quickly, I have a slight complaint. Just a slight one, and it's like a neighbor complaint. Someone in my building is bringing their garbage into the elevator and taking it down to the trash. But their garbage is leaking garbage juice, and they're just leaving it in the elevator. Hi, here. Someone is doing that, and I don't know who it is. So, like, I did that one time. My trash, I threw away some like old flowers that were in a vase, and some of the water spilled and it leaked all in the elevator. So I got a towel and I cleaned it up before anyone else could get in the elevator. But someone is leaking trash juice everywhere. All right, so now I'm having my second and final coffee of the day. Keyword is final. I cannot have any more. And I normally split a whole Nespresso with Ryan, so I'm not drinking a whole one. So I just went down and got a package. I thought it was my bridesmaid stuff, but it wasn't. It's really bad yesterday. I got in the elevator. There was trash juice probably about this big around and sitting this high up and then smeared out the door. There is someone who comes and cleans our building like twice a week. I'm like, how do you just leave trash juice, like I don't know what it is, in the elevator and just be like, oh, oops, and then just keep going with your day. I don't know. Am I asking too much here? Would you guys be annoyed? Especially if you had a dog who now I have to, I mean, I guess I could clean it myself, but I don't know what it is. What if it's like raw chicken or bodily fluids? But I have to like pick up Stella. I'm like holding her every time we go downstairs to walk until it gets cleaned up. But like I said, I think I know who it is. You know, I just don't want to point fingers. And the last thing I'm going to say about it is this person also doesn't wear a mask when they go outside. So it doesn't surprise me that they're not cleaning their trash juice. This person has it every time they take out the trash. I'm like, what are you throwing away that's so juicy and liquidy? Right, what if he's a murderer? You guys are my go-to when I need to rant about something, because instead of ranting to a friend about a frustration and you're getting one feedback, it's like I get 100 feedbacks of some people being like, you're high maintenance, just get over it. Or someone being like, oh my gosh, I would be so angry too if there's trash juice constantly in my elevator. Okay, so I know this isn't a healthy habit, but I cannot stop putting a little spritz of this on top of my coffee. It is the coconut milk Ready Whip. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking good. So, a few little dabbles in there. I can't stop buying these. Now, I can't even imagine my coffee with my hot coffee without it. Okay, I'm gonna go get back to work. It started pouring rain. So, during the day, this is how I like to structure my to-do list and like what my tasks are. So, what I have is basically like a master list of really important projects that I've got going on that are kind of long-term. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major projects that I'm working on. So what I do is create a timeline for each product, and I start at the end, like launch date is this date, and then I work my way backwards and like what are my milestones that I need to hit, and for each, like what are my milestones I need to hit in order to make that launch date happen. So I break it up by month, like this month I need to do this month I need to do this month this, and then I break it up by week and then by day. And obviously I can't really break it up by day until I get to that month and even that week. So so that's kind of like what I do. So at the beginning of each month I say, okay, for this big project, what do I have to do this month? And then I break it up into weeks. Does that make sense? It's basically just working backwards. I feel like that's the only way to, if you're looking at like a larger scale project, that's the only way to make sure that you're getting what you need to do done, or else it'll just keep going forever. And I've just like learned that from experience. And this is the way that it's been working for me. Everyone's different, but I highly recommend like starting at the bottom and working your way, like starting at the end and then working your way like up to where you are, back to where you are right now. This is how I create my daily to-dos. It's like, what do I need to do in order to make sure that my tasks are done by the end of the week? So I basically have weekly and monthly goals, and then I coordinate my days based on that. I like wish I could show you, but I can't show you right now. It's not perfect, but like I was that kid in school who, like if my handwriting was not good that day, it would like throw me off. And like my notes were so pretty, but they probably like didn't make very much sense because I was too busy working on like what they looked like. So it's taken me a long time to break out of that habit to where everything, it doesn't have to be like so perfect, but you need to be able to make sense and read it. So everything is color coded in terms of like projects, and then it's also color coded in my calendar, so I know like what I'm working on for that day. So I work on my 4 big projects, and then I also go to my calendar and see what calls I have and if I need to film anything. So at the beginning of each month, I put together my content calendar, and this is YouTube and IGTV. I don't schedule my Instagram posts because I feel like I just post like every single day and story every day, but I do schedule IGTVs. This is like the only way my life works. I'm not one of those people that can just remember things And like I have to have it written down. I have to have it in a calendar with reminders. So that's how I organize my day. And then if I find myself getting to a point where I just can't concentrate and I'm just like, I feel like I'm all over the place, I'm not being productive, I'll go sit in my chair and I'll read a little bit, get focused, or I'll do like a stretching session. That's like my way of meditating, is like stretching or just kind of like sitting and thinking. I don't get on Facebook and scroll. I don't get on Instagram and scroll because then I just get like lost. Sometimes I'll get on Pinterest, even though I do feel like that's an endless way of just scrolling. Like you could just go forever. I do feel like Pinterest does spark creativity in me a little bit, actually a lot. So I don't mind like getting on there, but I can't start doing wedding stuff or I'll just get like sucked in and then my whole day is done. So, and then since I do have like 4 major projects right now, I time block everything. So at the beginning of the day, I say, okay, I'm spending 2 hours on this, 1 hour on this, 3 hours on this, 1 hour on this. And it's kind of that's like for me a good way to help keep you on track, because you start your timer. And when you start like scrolling Instagram, you're thinking, wait, I only have, 30 more minutes. Like I need to get what I'm trying to do done. So it's kind of a good way to hold you accountable, is when you have a timer set. But yeah, my hair looks kind of like frizzy. I told you my hair is going through this really dry phase right now. I don't like it. I need to like make a mask, like a homemade one. I think coconut oil. I haven't done a coconut oil mask in so long, but I used to love just slathering my head with coconut oil and sleeping with it on. What's wrong? Because I'm talking and you want to sleep? Come here. You're a little baby. So I'm gonna get back to work and I'll see you in a little bit.
Strip it down, new. Strip it down, new.
I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So today I'm having Daily Harvest. This is one of my favorite flavors, which is the chocolate hazelnut. It has banana, hazelnut, kale, cacao, avocado, and pea protein. So I think it just has like chickpeas in it, but I'm gonna add a little scoop of my own protein powder that Ryan has almost. Sad day.
Wah, wah.
Care more.
Put on a t-shirt.
I have to blend my smoothie for a really long time, because if I get like a whole piece of kale, I'm so gaggy that it just grosses me out. Everything has to be blended up. If I have something that doesn't belong, like no one should be slurping kale through a straw. So it has to be blended. And I'm like this with other things. For example, last night we had leftover black bean brownies that we made. And when you make black bean brownies, you blend up the brownies in the blender to where it's just a paste. So it's really just the consistency, like the texture. Like you could make them with bananas, you could make them with avocado. But last night I was in the middle of eating my brownies on my plate and I got like a half of a black bean, and black beans are not supposed to be in a brownie. So it grossed me out and I couldn't even finish it. Ryan had to finish it. So I'm weird with stuff like that. Like I'm not weird with textures, and I'm not even a picky eater, but if it's something that doesn't belong. Another example is for protein in this smoothie, there's chickpeas. And if I get a chickpea in my chocolate smoothie, a whole piece, gag. I don't normally drink out of a straw, but today I am, because I just remembered that these cups are hard to sip out of, so. Okay. So I just got, through my straw, a chunk of hazelnut, which belongs. So it was delicious and it didn't freak me out, because it's supposed to be there. It's the same to me as if I were drinking this and I slurped up a piece of chicken. Like, it just doesn't belong. All right, love you.
You talking to me?
Yes.
If you love me, get out of my kitchen.
Back to our spot, right, Stells?
We go back, we go back, we go back, we collide.
We're out walking Stells. Let her go to the bathroom, get some air. Look how dark it is. Back here, trying to beat the rain. I think it's about to rain. Well, I got everything on my to-do list that I needed to do today, so I feel that always puts me in a really good mood.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights.
It's so rare to see really dark clouds like this. It's very much like a Texas thing. I love it. I'm coming. I'm coming. Let's go.
Hey.
Can you go potty?
Let's go potty.
That's one of the things I miss most about Texas is the really crazy thunderstorms and like the dark clouds. Like, love a good thunderstorm. I think it's so like exciting and cozy.
I don't really care about love.
That's a big girl. Hi, that's a big girl.
My bridesmaid boxes came in and they are even better than I thought they were gonna be. I did all of my bridesmaid boxes, I did all Etsy because I really wanted to support small businesses and Etsy businesses. So everything that's going in my bridesmaid boxes are from Etsy. So I got the boxes from a store called Confetti Mama, and they are even better than I thought they were gonna be. So it comes with the ribbon. It comes with the Will You Be My Bridesmaid, Maid of Honor. It comes with the name tags and then the gold pins to put the name tags on, and then the boxes. So I'm gonna work on this tomorrow because I really want to get these sent out this week so they can get them. But I'm so happy with them. Aren't they so cute?
Very cute.
I know.
I'm gonna be very happy.
I know.
He did a great job.
Oh, thank you. I'll show tomorrow. I'll show some of the. I'll vlog a little bit tomorrow, and I'll show some of the things that I'm putting in the bridesmaid boxes that I got. I don't want to show everything just yet, but I'll show some of the things. Right, what time is it? 6. It is 6, and I just kind of wrapped up what I was doing. I have like a couple of more little things that I still want to do on my computer, but I'm gonna eat dinner first. I just don't know what I'm gonna make yet. I was thinking maybe like pasta with roasted chickpeas and broccoli. Like a lemon, garlic lemon. We're onto something. All right, I decided against pasta because I thought I had broccoli, but I didn't. So I'm going to make, which I'm pretty sure close to what I made last vlog, is I'm gonna do sweet potato, black bean, and roasted cauliflower tacos, which it's Taco Monday, so that's a thing, right? One of my favorite meals. It's like no mess. Everything goes on one pan in the oven, so it's little dishes. I don't have to mess with it. It just cooks in the oven so I can get other things done that I had on my to-do list. It's just easy. I was gonna end the vlog today, but I'm pretty sure today was, it's one of those days where I'm ending the vlog day and I'm like, what did I even do on the vlog today? And then every time I sit down and edit, it's always a surprise to me. I'm either like, oh my gosh, Ashley, you filmed nothing, or you filmed way too much. What's wrong with you? So I'm just having one of those days. So just to be safe, I'm just gonna film a little bit tomorrow, not a whole lot, just a couple of things. Sorry, I'm like trying to, ever since I found that worm in my broccoli that one time, I'm just so cautious on when I'm chopping vegetables, like dissecting in between every little thing. I know that's not a healthy way to live, but that's just where I'm at right now. That was so gross. I don't even know if that was on Instagram. It was, I mean on YouTube. It was on Instagram. I was cutting broccoli like I do almost every single night, and I found a worm in my broccoli. And I posted about it on Instagram, just saying like that I was pretty grossed out and I just couldn't eat it because I was like, kind of like we were talking about being gaggy earlier. And so many people were like, relax, it's just a worm. Just a worm, but I don't want to eat it. Anyways, I'm sure it was harmless, but it's just not the most appetizing thing. And I'm sure I've eaten tons of worms and probably other really disgusting things on accident in my life, but I don't want to see it in my broccoli. All right, so things took another turn. I actually realized halfway through that I didn't have any black beans, so we've got sweet potato and cauliflower tacos with a little lemon drizzle. Didn't have lime because normally lime goes on it, so we're pretty much just kind of making what we have in the fridge right now. These are going to be delicious, starting out with 3 because that's all that fits on my plate. We're gonna go watch American Idol and see in a little bit. Are you excited for American Idol?
Very excited for tacos.
For tacos or American Idol?
Tacos.
Just tacos?
Tacos. Will you bring napkins?
It's way better than I thought it was gonna be. Without black beans, I was worried. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Hi guys, so sorry I cut off so abruptly last night. Really meant to get back on and chat, but I just got carried away. We were watching our shows. Let's see, today I am wearing this dress. Let me turn the brightness up a tad. This dress that's got like flowers on it and tigers or leopards. The funny thing about this dress is I ordered it, I think I've had it for about a year now, and it's actually a maternity dress. I got it in the mail and I was like, why is this part so big? And then I looked at my order and it was maternity. It's from ASOS. I mean, it's like I feel like you wouldn't look at it and think it's maternity. It's just like a little bit oversized. And then I'm just wearing this bow and these earrings. It's such a beautiful day today. It's really sunny, but it's also really cold. So it's deceivingly nice. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna start getting my bridesmaids boxes together so I can take them to the post office either today or tomorrow. I need to get them out ASAP. And then I have an order from Skims that I need to return. I ordered these high-waist briefs. Look how small these are. I put them on and they actually fit me in the waist, but my butt cheek, my circulation would have been cut off and I would have had no feeling by morning time. It was insane. Ryan and I were laughing so hard. The band was digging so far into my butt cheek that you couldn't even see it. Anyways. Oh, I don't know if I shared this with you guys or Instagram, but I planted a lemon tree. I believe I planted it in April or May, and it finally started sprouting. I'll show it to you. It's growing so fast. I'm so proud of it. I've never actually grown anything before. I usually just buy it. But look at it. Oh my gosh, it's growing so fast. So yeah, he loves the sun. Stills. No. Stella keeps trying to babysit. And we say no, he doesn't need to be babysit. No. I did tell you in my last assumptions video that I was gonna talk to you about the clothing line, which I totally forgot about. So you know what? I might as well just sit down like right now and talk about it. Yeah, I'll do that. it's not a long story, or I'm gonna at least try not to make it a long story, because it's just something that like happened so quickly and then it was done. I'll just sit right here. I was actually kind of shocked because so many of you didn't even know about the clothing line that I wanted to start. So I was gonna start a clothing line, and it was a project that looking back, I wasn't as interested in doing it as I should have been. I just kept getting so many questions from my audience on when are you gonna start a clothing line? And in my head I was like, oh, that would be so fun. That'd be so fun to have a clothing line, which is not why you want to start anything. You know, you want to make sure your heart and soul and blood and sweat and tears is poured into it, and that you're prepared to like just work your butt off for it. And I went into it not really prepared to do that. I didn't go into it with my full heart being into it. I went into it while I was doing other projects at the same time. And so that was problem number one, which is my fault. You should never start something unless you are 100% involved in it. And at the time, I thought I was, but looking back, I know I wasn't. You know, when you look back on yourself and you think you're somewhere in the moment, but looking back, you're actually not. One of those situations for me, but my number one priority was I wanted it to be made in New York. I wanted to be able to go to the facility. I wanted to be able to be there when they're making it, approve things on the spot. That was just something that was really important to me. So we finally found a manufacturer who was agreeing to do that. I even went to the building, I looked at it, I met everyone who worked there. It was so clean, and it was just amazing. It was like my dream facility that I would want to work with. And this manufacturer works with different brands as well that I love, that we used to sell at Intermix when I worked there. They sell at Bloomingdale's, they sell at Saks. And I even saw their, like, which I probably wasn't supposed to see, but I said I was going to the bathroom and I like explored a little bit and I saw their lines being made. We decided to work with them, and we had to pay, you know, I was starting out with five styles, and we paid 50% up front, the deposit, and then you pay the rest when everything is completed. And everything was going great so far. The prices were obviously high, very high, because it's being made in New York right there. So it's a lot less expensive. It's a lot more expensive than being made in China, which is fine. That's something that I really wanted. It's something I told you guys at the time, you know, everything's gonna be made in the US, in New York, hopefully. So we get going with production. So this is where it started getting a little weird, is the guy that we were dealing with who owns the facility, the manufacturer, I couldn't tell if he was lying or if he just wasn't fully there. He's an older guy. He was very forgetful. We would show up for meetings and he would just say, oh, oops, I totally forgot. I'm actually heading out the door, or I actually have another brand here. I forgot. And so it was things like that the professionalism from their end just wasn't there, and I felt very rushed in terms of getting our meetings over with, our fittings over with. Even though we were kind of booked for an hour, I felt very rushed. And he was wanting to show us samples that weren't finished. He would say stuff like, oh yeah, this will have the color zipper that you want in final production. And I would say, well, no, I need to see the final product. I need to see the final product down to the button, what it's going to look like. And it was like pulling teeth in order to even get a finalized sample. And you guys never even saw a finalized sample of anything. I showed some silhouettes on YouTube, but never a final product. So I asked him finally, I said, do you have an assistant or a calendar or something that you're writing this down? I just, you know, this is like the 4th time that you've just forgotten that we're coming, and you know, it takes us 45 minutes to get here. Now we have to go home and come back tomorrow. It's just really inconvenient. Like, what's happening? And, you know, some excuse, blah, blah, blah. So I started getting a weird feeling right off the bat that I couldn't tell if he was lying or just really forgetful, and just the professionalism just wasn't there. So fast forward, we got an email that I don't think was meant for us. And long story short, we found out that our clothes were actually being made in China, which there's nothing wrong with anything being made in China. There are some great facilities in China. There are some not great facilities in China, but there are some really good ones as well. And I said to him, you know, I said I was very upfront about this line being made here in New York, in this building. And you told me, I have it in email, that this line will be made in this building. He was even showing me samples of items that were being made in the building we were in New York. Not to mention, we were paying for made in New York prices. He basically came back and said that he had just forgotten that we wanted our clothes to be made in New York. And I said, this is something that we have talked about in every meeting. I just had a really hard time believing that he forgot. I felt like we were being ripped off. And I said, well, okay, you know, I've already told my audience, I've already announced that this line is being made in New York, that it's gonna be made with sustainable products. Let me try to smooth things over. Can I have, you know, a tour, like a virtual tour or photos of the factory that's in China? And he wouldn't give them to me. And that was a red flag for me. I said, well, you know, I don't know what we're gonna do at this point, because you have half of my deposit and the clothes are already in production, and so I'm going to have to owe you the other half. And I said, I don't know what to do here, because you've completely lied to me about where the clothes are being made, and I wasn't supposed to find out about it, and I did. So the final straw was, he said, I said, where do we go from here? What do we do? What do we do from here? What is your solution? Because you can't just remake the clothes here. You know, we're already 6 months into this. I don't know what to do at this point. He said, well, we can just put made in US labels on them. I said, so lie? He said, well, no, not exactly. We can make the clothes in China, but we can put the buttons and zippers on here. And I said, no, that is completely unethical. I will not do that. I would never do that. And not to mention, we are still paying a buttload of money for these to be made here. We ended up cutting ties with him after we ended up paying him the rest of the money. We, of course, went back and forth with our attorneys on this, and it ended up being, you would pay more in attorney fees than you would actually just paying him the rest of his money type thing, because the labor was put into it. Even though he lied, the labor was put into the clothing. So we went ahead and paid him out. And that was like the hardest money that I've ever spent. It made me actually sick, like actually sick, depressed sick. And it's just, so yeah. After that, it wasn't even that experience that turned me off to starting a clothing line, because shit like that happens and you literally just learn from stuff like that. So moving forward, the next business that I start, the next company that, or if I'm dealing with manufacturers, I will know to basically say, I want to see this being made right here, right now. Even though we did, you know, we were at the facility, we saw, I don't know if they set it up for us because they knew we were coming, but we saw it being made. And then I don't know. Anyways, he ended up fessing up that everything was actually being made in China, because he had forgotten that we said we wanted it made in the building. So yeah, it didn't turn me off to starting a clothing line. It just made me more aware and just a little bit more cautious of who I work with, and just don't be afraid to borderline make yourself look stupid, asking multiple questions and demanding to see what actually is happening. So again, it's not something that I would have ever predicted would have happened. It's not something that I even expected to happen, or could even think of that in my wildest dreams, that someone is literally telling me, that a business professional is literally telling me, yes, your clothes are being made here in this building, but they actually aren't. I mean, that's a blatant lie. But like I said in the assumptions video, I take responsibility for it because I got icky vibes from the beginning and I should have dug deeper. I think I was in over my head, and it's something that I had no business starting. I was inexperienced. I was, you know, kind of learning as I go, and that's how you make mistakes and that's how you learn. The important thing is like getting back on the horse and like killing it in the next project that you do. That's all you can do. So yeah, that's my story. That's what happened with the clothing line. I guess I never told that story before. I wasn't hiding it or anything. I just, I think I mentally was so hard trying to just block it out that I just moved on, actually moved on, which was the best feeling ever. It took me like a year to move on from that and like not feel so dumb and just completely blindsided, but that's where we are. I'm working on something now. So that's good. I'm not gonna say what it is yet, but I'm really excited about it, and I would not be able to do the project that I'm doing right now had it not been for going through that time. So, you know, and like I said, having that not happen was the best thing to ever happen for me, because the clothing line is something that, I mean, I don't want to say I didn't know how much work was going to go into it, because I knew, you know, a lot of work goes into creating a clothing line and you have to have a team of people. But I just thought it was an ego check for me, that's for sure. Oh, I can handle it. I can do that. I can handle anything. It was an ego check for sure. Check your ego at the door. Hang it up. With that story being told, I'm gonna go work on my bridesmaid boxes. I really want to show you what they look like, but I don't want any of my girls to be watching this and see. I bet they don't watch. They definitely don't watch. If you're watching, please fast forward. I want it to be a surprise. My mom's calling me. Hello. What you doing? Here's some of the things that are going in the bridesmaid boxes. And for those of you who, this might be, I don't know if this is like an every country thing or if this is a US thing, I don't know. It's known to ask your bridesmaids to be your bridesmaids by sending them a cute little care package or sending them flowers, kind of like a prom proposal or something, but it's like a will you be my bridesmaid? And I don't even think everybody in the US does it, but it was something that I really wanted to do. So I made mine a like self-care package, spa type package, and like I said yesterday, I used all Etsy brands to do it. Got these cute little bath salts. So this is goat milk bath salt in these little jars, and then these homemade bath salt with petals, and then got these lavender candles. These are from California, and these are the boxes that the candles come in, so they're really cute. These handmade 100% silk scrunchies. I've got 3 more that I'm waiting on, and then I got little dried lavender bouquets to put in there as well. So I'm gonna go put those together, and I'm gonna try to tie the bow as pretty as the girl did on Etsy in her Etsy store. Hopefully there's a tutorial on how to do it, because I have no clue. And you only get one shot because there's only so much ribbon.
Why you wanna run away? Why you gotta be afraid? I wish I could make you stay, 'cause baby I love you. Why you tryna break us up when I'm tryna build it up? I wish I could make you stop, 'cause baby I love you. Guess I'm gonna dance alone tonight. I'm gonna miss your body. You know I can never get it right without you, no.
Hi. Alright, so we just ate and I actually just showered. It was so nice. So after I did the bridesmaid boxes, I actually Just sat down and like got lost in my computer for a few hours, but I just showered and I am going to get in bed early tonight, get a good night's sleep. I'm gonna read a little bit and then fall asleep. It's 8:30, so. All right, but I will see you in the next vlog or the next video. I'm gonna start doing style videos. I'm actually shooting a haul tomorrow. It's things that I purchased before everything started happening, and it's just a few like home stuff, some Amazon stuff, so I'm gonna do a little haul, film that tomorrow and get that out to you ASAP. But I'll see you next time.